2021 was the start of the Great Resignation, when millions of workers left their jobs. This year, there are signs of a new workplace trend, one that is impacting employers and employees alike. Workplace mediators are seeing a significant increase in employee disputes being referred for mediation after a grievance has been raised, indicating that employees are favoring formal complaints processes over earlier, informal resolution. Considering the impact grievance processes have on individuals and organizations, understanding what's behind this shift, and taking steps to address it, could help employers avoid 2022-23 becoming the era of the Great Grievance. Staff members who experience a conflict situation at work have a noon. They can speak directly to the other person involved, get support from their manager to facilitate a conversation, seek specialist help from an independent mediator, or make a formal complaint, such as a grievance. In recent years, many companies have recognized that early and informal dialogue is much more likely to resolve an issue. Although informal routes are more likely to lead to resolution, the increase in workers turning to grievance procedures suggests some interesting factors are at play. Shifting working patterns over the pandemic era is one likely contributor. Many employees got used to being at home, where they were not managed in the same way as when working physically with their manager and colleagues. Now they are back in the workplace, they need to readjust to different relationship dynamics and potentially a style of management they are no longer used to. In some instances, this is causing tension and conflict. External factors also influence the perceived contract between employee and employer. The pandemic affected perceptions of work-life balance, with many workers expecting more flexibility. If a manager can't grant a flexible working request, this may lead to a breakdown in trust and erode a manager-employee relationship, which could lead to a formal process down the line. Resolving workplace conflict through formal routes is costly to both an organization and the individuals involved. Formal processes tend to take a long time, and they are stressful and uncertain, which impacts the health and well-being of those involved. Formal processes are also resource-intensive, involve more people, and bring reputational risk, especially in a world where conflict often goes viral. Importantly, disputes addressed by a formal process are generally harder to resolve. Workplace mediators who mediate cases that come to mediation after a grievance, for example, find that parties have become more entrenched in their views, and less likely to harbor any feelings of trust towards the other party. By lodging a grievance, the employee gives over responsibility to a third party to decide on the outcome.